Welcome back to another episode of From Downtown. Today is May 9th, 2024. It's a very gloomy day outside, and a lot of the places that I wanted to record at were very dark, so I just picked a place that at least had some people moving around in the background. We are in downtown Baton Rouge on this nice Thursday, and we are here to talk about some great ass sports. Yesterday, a lot of good things happened MLB wise. Not really things that we talked about, of course, but some good things happened. The biggest thing that I really want to talk about yesterday, from thinking about like the MLB slate, those two athletics and Rangers games were fucking high scoring like a motherfucker. That was the craziest the craziest double headers I've probably seen all season. But I think we've played, when I say we, I mean the Mets, we've played 2-3 doubleheader series already. And that probably, the Rangers and the Athletics were damn near the only one that I have actually been excited to watch the second game, and that shit was fun to watch. I think I told y'all guys to take the under there, and then I went ahead and fucking took overs on everything that I put out for parlays. But yeah, that was just me talking to myself. But Jack Leiter went out there and gave up, I want to say, 4 runs. Osvaldo Vito gave up like 4 or 5 runs as well, quick. Sipping on something nice, But honestly, those guys that played yesterday, they are some good players, especially on that A's side. Like, a lot of those guys weren't, quote unquote, I guess, rotation guys. A lot of them are guys that probably would still be in the farm system for other squads. Lawrence Butler. That's the only big one that I can think of, Lawrence. But they have other prospects and people there that are definitely going to make it fun to watch the Athletics for the rest of their time in Oakland. But hey, you'll probably never see the real them until it's over with. Talking about today and in the present, a lot of the games MLB wise have started already. I think even the fucking Astros and Yankees started at 4 or 5, so we're behind there. But the Yankees are 9-0 against the Astros, spanning back to last year. So if you see this before the game ends and anything is in the score is close or tied, I think the Yankees win this game again. It's going to be a 10-0 sweep for me to. I think that the Astros just have to. The Astros have to score early and often for me to think that they can win that game. So right now the score is 0-0. So anything can happen. It's still the top of the first. Moving forward, talking about games that's going to come on later. Let's go ahead and hop into the Cardinals at the Brewers. Shit, the Cardinals are really, I don't want to say bad at what they do, but that whole division, I think that's like the NL Central, that whole division is playing very ass right now. I think I saw a stat like their whole division was like on losing streaks, and I think they like combined was like on an 18 or 16 game losing streak, and the Cardinals were definitely like on a 5-game, 6-game losing streak. So I think that tonight, Brewers being at home, Sonny Gray is pitching for the Cardinals, so I don't want to talk about winning here. I'm going to talk more about the point total, and I think that the run total stays under 8. This is, like I said, these are two teams in a division. When they play each other, it's bound to be under 93% of the time. I think you get what you I'm sorry for bumping the mic, but you honestly get 30, 40 games divisional, I want to say, or that number might actually be substantially higher, like 50 divisional games, meaning you'll play, like the Cardinals will play the Brewers and the Pirates, the Cubs. They will play these teams multiple times throughout the year, and I feel like the NL Central is definitely a under type of what is it? Not conference, but division for me. I feel like they are definitely going to stay under here. 8 runs is a lot, but hey, when you got two bad teams who who necessarily have good starting pitchers but no bullpens, shit get wicked fast. So thinking about that, I still want to say under for tonight just because of Sonny Gray and Myers. A lot of the things that Sonny Gray does is really keeps runs off the board. That's the biggest thing with me when I see Sonny Gray pitching. Like he's going to give up 2 runs, 1 run if he gives up any, and probably like under 5 hits. So a lot of the things there, I feel like Tobias Myers could be another bright spot for the Brewers. Definitely not a everyday starter in my mind. He should be in the bullpen, but they have him starting tonight, so I guess that we get a good 4 to 5 innings out of him. And if he keeps the run total down, he'll go longer, of course. But I think that he gets like 2 to 3 strikeouts. I don't want to go too far up because I don't even know what the strikeout line is right now. But I would like to say that he gets at least one guy struck out every inning that he's in. At least one strikeout. But this is a testament to how bad the hitters are in St. Louis. Another game that I want to talk about for today or tonight is the White Sox playing against the Guardians. The White Sox are at home. Eloy Jimenez is finally back in the lineup. He was in there last night as well. They're pitching. The Guardians is pitching Blake Lively, while the White Sox is pitching Eric Fed. So, wow. Ben Lively against Eric Fed. That is crazy. I didn't expect those two guys to be pitching against each other. But I think tonight Ben Lively has a good game. I think his strikeout line may be mediocre in my mind. When I say mediocre, it's like when you think about the pitching strikeouts for a game, when you see 3.5, you see 4.5, 5.5. I think of those guys as being, well, no, let me start here. When you see 3.5, I think it's that guy as being a young arm who they don't really know how to put their strikeout lines in for. But when I see 4.5, 5.5, 6.5, I'm like, you're here to stay. And if the money is there, I think you get 5Ks, 6Ks. You're definitely going to be a starter for a while. So, Eric Fed, strikeout line is actually right now at 4.5, as well as Ben Lively. So I think that tonight, depending on what White Sox offensive, lineup that we get to see tonight, depending on how Eloy does, and I saw a lot of people taking Eloy like for RBIs last night as well. So if Eloy couldn't get it done last night and he gets it done tonight, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm going with Ben Lively here to get at least 5 to 6 Ks or more, and to kind of shut down the White Sox. Last game of the night that I really want to talk about, last game of the night, period, not even that I want to talk about, but is the Kansas City Royals at the Los Angeles Angels. I think the Angels have been on they had a little break, a 2-day break or something like that. The Royals are pitching Michael Walker, and the Angels are pitching Reed Detmers. Reed, nice lefty. We talk about Reed a lot. He's another guy where I see strikeout lines being at like 5.5 always, 6.5 always, and it's just him being, I guess, efficient with 2 strikes. He gives up a lot of 2 strike hits, but that's things that could easily be the other way in any given day. So I think that tonight he sees a lot of his strikeouts too, like his 5 to 6, 7 Ks. I think the Royals would definitely hit him, but I don't think he would hit him to the point in which they give up more than like 2 to 3 runs in the first 5. I can definitely see the first 5 being under here, and I don't see like both teams scoring in the first 5. But I mean, anything can happen. Like I said, in getting late into those innings, if Reed is throw 50 pitches by the 3rd or 4th inning, I think you might be into some shit. But Michael Walker is definitely one to watch out for, to do the exact same thing. If he's pitching 50 pitches by the 3rd or 4th inning, of course that's normal, but it's like, damn, underwise is probably not something you want to look at. Or if he's doing 50 pitches by the 3rd inning, he definitely only has 2 strikeouts. But a lot of the things here tonight is just hitting strikeout lines for me, baseball wise, because It's a very, very, very entertaining basketball day, and we're gonna hop straight into that. Honestly, the NBA playoffs has been fun to watch. That's the least I could say. I think. I think yesterday was with the one game that we did have to watch. With the Knicks, I think they did enough. I think I said on the podcast yesterday that the Pacers should have a chance. The Pacers should legit have a chance to win anytime they're on the court with somebody like the Knicks, because you can outrun them at some point. And I feel like they outran them, but that third quarter coming out of halftime for the Pacers was terrible. I think they ended up scoring like 16 in the third. And that just can't happen. That just can't happen. You can't give up 120, 130 points in a playoff game and not score but 18 in a quarter. So, I think that the Pacers have to be better. I can't even say defensively, because it's not meant to be a defensive team. The Pacers just have to be better with staying efficient when scoring. Jalen Brunson was out, and you saw the game changed when Jalen Brunson wasn't playing. But as soon as Jalen Brunson came back into the game, it was like they are scared shitless of him. And I didn't want to put the stamp of approval on Jalen. But he got my name. He's great. He's great. He definitely could have had 40 last night. I wanted him to do the shit. Even though I kind of thought he wouldn't get it, but I didn't expect the injury to make it happen to where he couldn't get it. So I'm glad I said he wouldn't, betting wise, but I'm sad mentally that he couldn't get it because he was hurt. He was hurt for a full quarter, and I feel like he finished with 29. He could definitely give you 5 in that last 7 minutes or 6 minutes in the first, and then probably another 5 or 6 in the second quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if he could have did that and had another 40-point game. But that's neither here nor there. He's still going to be one of the best players in the playoffs. And let's talk about today. Today at 6 o'clock, the Cavs are starting it off at Boston. Boston is definitely looking like one of the best teams right now. I just have to see Jason Tatum take more of a step to be, not necessarily. It's I want him to be the one, but it's you pay Jaylen Brown so much, the money wise, it has to, you gotta have a 1A and a 1B, because you're paying two guys that realistically should be ones on any team, but it's you're paying both of them just to keep them together. And this year is going to show me everything they can, it can about the Celtics in general. I don't feel as if the Celtics, if the Celtics don't win this year, it's over with for me. I don't feel like that team is structured in a way to win. I just don't. I don't know. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are definitely a great dynamic duo, but the money that's going to be tied up next year once you get Jason Tatum his contract is going to be crazy, and I just want to see how they attack free agency, how they attack the offseason with things like that happening. Other than that, I think Donovan Mitchell has another big game. That boy is crazy. I think he scores at will anytime he can, and I feel like a lot of the things that he does is really simple. It's he gets to his spots and he rises up, and the next thing you know, Donovan Mitchell has 25 points, and you're like, what? When did he do that? But I think he does have a good game. I think Darius Garland actually wakes the hell up and starts scoring 15, 20, 25 points while getting hit 6, 8, 10 assists. I just need to see more out of Darius Garland. I don't know if he wants to get traded, or he realizes the writing on the wall with maybe Donovan Mitchell staying in Cleveland and he being the one getting shipped out of there. But I just need to see more out of DG, man. He's a great facilitator, great on-court coach. But I need to see him just be a star, man. I feel like he diminished his light, or he's just letting his light dim to play that role for Donovan Mitchell, and I don't like that. I feel like those guys can definitely coincide together, but not the way Darius Garland is approaching, the game. I feel like I don't know his mindset, and maybe bigger staff is holding him back with how he calling things. But it's like Evan Mobley has a chance to flourish, but I need to see more out of DG and people like Evan Mobley, man. I need to see more. I need to see more. And I think tonight, if you see it, it should be the second game of the series, to where you got to feel. The game was the game close? The last game, I don't even remember, and I'm not even gonna say it was close, but I'm gonna say that Donovan Mitchell played a great game. No, that game definitely wasn't close by the time that game ended. I think they kept it close all the way to like 3, and then the fourth quarter, which is terrible. I vividly remember the fourth quarter being ass and like bench players playing. But honestly, tonight the spread is at 13 for the Celtics. A lot of the money is headed towards that, and I wouldn't go against it, but I definitely would take that line down to like 8.5, 9.5. I'll just say a 10-point lead or win. But a lot of the things that the Celtics does well, which is shoot the ball, could definitely go wrong tonight if they're not hitting. I think they shot like 38% from the 3-point line while shooting 40 3-pointers. So yeah, you doing that, you kind of going to always win, and the Cavs going to just have to keep up. And which I would like to take the over here at 211. Like I said, the Cavs going to have to keep up. If not, it's going to definitely be another game where they don't reach 100. But I think they definitely do that, and tonight is going to be different. But moving on to the best series of the fucking NBA playoffs right now, the Mavericks at the Thunder. Thunder winning that game last time they played. Was that Monday or Tuesday? I just honestly feel like the referees made that happen. And I rarely say that. I rarely say like games were decided by referees, but that definitely was a soft game. To say it was a playoff game, like a soft officiated game like that, it was officiated so badly to where I felt like anytime Shai Gilgeous got to his spot by doing the things he does, like putting his fucking shoulder in your chest just to get space, get back, and not get the lift up for my shot or get to the goddamn layup. They were calling that a little bit too much for me for the playoffs. Like if you notice in the next game when Brunson does his deceleration, and he's one of the best decelerators in the game, not accelerators, decelerators. Once he gets to the paint and he stops and you're behind him, that bump, if it's egregious, of course I would call a foul. But man, if that bump is normal, like it has been during the playoffs, like man, you can't call that. You can't. Especially in Shai's way, like in Shai's, the way Shai plays, he doesn't stop in the mid-range. He bumps you to get to a layup. So if you call that foul there, he's going to be an and one free throw merchant. So the only way that I can see defending Shai here is just that, like, that's what he does, and that's legit how he's played the whole year. It's probably his whole time in the league, with the Thunder, put it that way. He's just fishing for his spot and fishing for contact, and that's a great way for a guard to play. When my son comes, I'm gonna tell him to go look for contact. Don't you let contact come like seek you. You go seek the contact. So honestly, he's playing great basketball, but it's just like I want to see officiating be better. Sometimes the whistle can be held. Like you don't need to give him 2 free throws for this. I think they put Kyrie in foul trouble kind of early. I think it was like 2 or 3 fouls he had in the first half, and it kind of like ruined the aspect of team basketball when Kyrie's not on the court, because it's like when it's just Luka is going 120% and people just have to follow him. But when Kyrie's on that court, you kind of see Luka play at 100%, of course. But he's like, man, I got Kyrie with me, so I can dish it off to him at some point and just let him go to work. Or I done missed the last 3 shots down. Kyrie, take it, man. I can't do it right now. Like I've seen that happen numerous times in the game when I watched the Mavs play. So his ability to defer to Kyrie is one of his best abilities, especially when Kyrie is available and playing at a very high level like he always is. So I think tonight the Mavericks keep this game close and either win it. I just think they keep it close. I think it's going to be a very, very, very entertaining game. Probably something that comes down to the last 4 minutes in the fourth quarter. I don't see a blowout. I don't see at any point any team getting out to like a 15-point lead. I don't see that at all. I think tonight, the game stays close, and like I said, it's going to come down to the second half. How do you come out in the third? How do you come out at halftime in the third, and then how do you finish the game in like the last 5 minutes of the fourth? So honestly, that's all we have today for From Downtown. A lot of the things that I've been posting has been, I guess, been being received well by other people on Instagram and social media across all platforms, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm thankful for anybody that watches. I think we're right now getting like a daily 6 to 7 views, and that shit is amazing because people who actually watch come back and tell me and give me ways to improve this thing, as well as things that they see happening athletically throughout the days and like with the sports that we have. And I think that is very fun. I think that is something that I want an open dialogue with the shit that I say. I don't want to just be talking to myself. And if you know anybody that wants to come on here and talk at any time, or be a part of this and like help grow this brand and podcast, man, let me know, because I'm definitely about working with people. I am not one of those guys. Man, it's just going to be a fun summer, a fun fall, and I feel like the way we are trying to upgrade and continue to promote ourselves and our brand, working together and collaborating with other people, it's going to be one of the biggest things that we have to do over this span of just beginning, really. But other than that, this is From Downtown, and we will see you guys tomorrow.